Hello, I'm Jules, your practical mystic, empowering you to walk your mystical path with practical feet. I am a spiritual mentor and I help to empower folks to uncover their soul's purpose and to create and live a life of meaning, utilizing ceremony and ritual to communicate with the unseen world so that we can all do what we were put on this planet to do. Today, you've heard a lot of hype and talk about the consciousness being raised and our vibration and our connection to ourselves and to the mystery or spirit, or some folks call it God. And I just wanted to, you hear so much about this, and I just wanted to kind of give you some really practical tips and ways to help bring your consciousness to and your vibration to a higher level, if that is what you want to do. So there's several different ways and some basic and really effective pointers. The number one piece of advice that I have is to really pay attention to your diet and the things that you are allowing to come into your body, into your physical realm. This is in the form of food, nourishment that you take in, and also the advice of others. So in terms of food, our food influences our body and our mind, and thus our soul. There is the directs are, or the effects are immediate, and there's a direct link to the way that our body processes food, and the neurotransmitters that are in our gut region are replicated also in the brain. And there's a lot of scientific research that has come out in the last 10 or so years, directly linking these systems together. So food is a really amazing way that you can also stay in contact with nature. It is not surprising that the people who eat highly processed foods with that are farther from their natural source, those folks are doing less well emotionally and physically and vibrationally, energetically. So pay attention to the foods that you decide to invite into your body. Modern science confirms that food has a direct bearing on our emotions as well as our ability to think clearly. A properly balanced diet, one that is close with nature, has positive impacts and can help to elevate our consciousness. Children who are not doing so well in the world tend to eat, they tend to overeat, and they tend to eat more processed foods and high in sugar and high in simple carbohydrates. So just keep those things in mind. The second tip I'd like to point out is to get your body moving. You hear a lot folks talk about do light to moderate exercise. Some folks say you have to exercise every day. The point is this goes in so many different ways. It's not just about your physicality, it's about your relationship to your body. How are you allowing your body to move? How is your body communicating with you when you do move? Is it saying, "Ooh, I really like that," or "Nope, that kind of hurts a little bit. Let's do something a little bit like this"? It's about bringing awareness to your body, of your body, and in many cultures, Dancing is a form of like retrieving parts of your soul that have gone wandering off. Dancing is a form of grounding. It can be a form of just grounding and feeling yourself solidly here. Dancing can be a form of meditation and prayer. So there are all sorts of ways in which you can continue to connect your body with your mind and your energy field and your soul. And one of those is just simply by moving. I love to walk, and I love to walk in nature. I am not a runner. I do love to dance too, but it's not always convenient. So walking is a big one for me, just moving the body. Let's see. Yoga is another really good way to move your body and to listen to your body. Have a practice that involves some sort of a cleansing, whether that be through dietary cleansing or simply intermittent fasting, like perhaps you don't eat for half of the day or all one day of a week. There's all sorts of research on how that can be very restful for your body. Some folks every year they do a 3-day fast, or it could be a water fast or a juice fast. Some process where you are cleansing yourself. Now that's not possible for everyone to fast, but for you perhaps just paying attention to breathing and using the cleansing breath and intentionally breathing in and intentionally breathing out any tension you might be feeling, any stiffness, any anxiety. Just bringing awareness to the places in your body where you feel a little bit sticky, or it's not quite moving, so not quite flowing so freely. You just cleanse those out. That is a form of cleansing. Also, intentionalizing how you cleanse your home and your body. In the shower, you have a bath or a shower. Just bring some intention into it. Just wash away the energy, the psychic lint of the day or the day before. Just have a cleansing practice. Meditation, spending some time in silence doesn't have to look like, although that can be really amazing. But perhaps once a week you take a walk in your local park and you just are in silence, not on your phone, not talking on the phone, but you simply just walk or sit and just be in silence 3 minutes, 5 minutes. This can be very restorative practice. Silence can be very loud. Silence can be a really big presence in our lives if we let it be, there's magic within that stillness, within that silence. Also, music. Incorporate music into your world. Music has some really amazing ways of bringing us to another level in empathizing with humans, another human. It can bring a rhythm and a harmony. You can incorporate it with your dancing if you choose to move your body in that way. Especially music that is not too loud or violent, because there's all sorts of research on the effects of music on vibrations and our energy, and our bodies are simply like vibrations. So pay attention to the music that you're choosing to listen to. Maybe go with something a little bit more harmonious, where the words are kind and good and true and beautiful, or they have deep heart and meaning to you. Let's see. I cannot stress it enough. Spend time in nature. We are really disconnected from nature in a lot of ways. Not everybody, but in a lot of ways we are. And nature can feel scary at times. I have experienced feeling like, oh, it's just so much effort to get out into nature, especially if it's cold. I mean, it's so easy when it's gorgeous outside, right? You go to a park or to the beach. But if it's rainy and cold, it can feel harder to want to spend time in nature. But I promise you, get yourself some good shoes and a warm coat and an umbrella, and take care of your physical body, and then go be in nature. And the power and the rawness and the clarity in the air that you will feel is, you can't match it with anything. No amount of pharmaceuticals, no amount of alcohol, no amount of TV you watch can replicate that in your soul. As nature is our first experience of the world. We are nature. We are the earth. It is us. And coming closer to that raw beauty and that power and that untamed ferocity can feel scary, and we can make up all these reasons in our head, like, oh, there's bears, there's spiders, there's snakes, there's creepy crawlies, it might rain on me, I might get my shoes wet. Those are just excuses. I promise you, nature is very safe. If you start out slow and maybe get a buddy and just go for a walk in the woods. It will rejuvenate you. And also, it will raise your consciousness and your vibration. And one of the last ways, and I know these are not the only ways in which we can help to raise our consciousness and our vibration, but these are just a few that I've thought of. Be in service to others. When you spend time giving without expecting to receive, unconditionally, when you spend time giving to other folks, it elevates you and it elevates those around you. And the energy exchange that you are undertaking is hard to measure, because you have the ability to make such an impact on the world. This could look like you have time to go and help support at a food bank, or volunteer at a shelter or something of that sort. Perhaps you don't have time for that right now. Perhaps you could just once a month go through your pantry and get out all the canned goods and donate them to a food bank, or all of the clothes that your children can no longer fit into their homeless children who could use those clothes. Find ways to make a difference. Little, small, tiny ways. In my community, I'm very involved in the Buy Nothing group. It's a project. If you're not familiar with it, just Google buynothing.org, I think. Anyhow, and there are folks in my immediate neighborhood who need things like clothes or food or furniture, things like that. And if I have it and I can give it, I will give it. And I have also been the recipient of the things as well. So it comes full circle. And it's a way to get out of yourself. A long time ago, when I was when I had depression, one thing that one of my doctors said to me, he said, you just need to, it will help you quite a bit if you can get out of yourself. Find some time and just volunteer one day a month or a couple hours here and there. And I did. I went and volunteered, gardening projects, random little things. And it brought me right out of myself. It didn't cure my depression, but it definitely elevated my emotional state, and it definitely elevated my vibration. And it shifted me out of the poor me feeling that I was really feeling, and helped me to see the world from a different place. So those are some just concrete, practical ways in which you can actively elevate your consciousness and actively raise the vibration, starting right here and right now. And if you have any others, please share them down below. I'd love to hear some of your tips and tricks and things that you have found that have worked for you. And I love you all, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. And if you found this useful, share it out. Thank you. Bye.